A very good morning, class 8. Today we'll be starting some of the very last topics, that is greenhouse effect and global warming. Okay, now first we'll see what does it says. The trapping of Earth's radiated energy by carbon dioxide present in the air so as to keep the Earth warm is called greenhouse effect. What happens? The Earth receives heat energy from the sun, right? In the form of radiations, and some of these radiations are absorbed and rest of them are reflected back on the Earth's surface. And most of the short wave radiations pass through the air, but long waves are reflected radiations are trapped by carbon dioxide. Some waves are trapped by carbon dioxide present in the air. This makes Earth hot. Okay, so this is a blessing for it as it keeps the earth warm. Now the effect is known as greenhouse effect because in colder region this principle is applied to grow plants in warmer climate in a house made up of glass walls. Now in polar regions what happens, the temperature is very low, so it is very difficult to grow such plants or crops that require a good temperature. So there they prepare a glass house, okay, glass walls, to trap the radiations and allow these radiations to turn into heat, to provide heat to the plants. Okay, now the glass allows the sun heat to enter into the house, but it does not allow them to escape. Okay, as it is a bad conductor of heat, thus making house sufficiently warm inside to help to grow the tropical plants. This glass house is popularly known as greenhouse, and if effect we count, then it becomes greenhouse effect. Okay, then a question comes, why does a closed car parked in the sun become unbearably hot inside? Why? Because what happens? Due to air pollution, the total amount of carbon dioxide that is present in the air increases, but the other greenhouse gases in the air due to pollution such as nitrous oxide, ozone, CFCs, methanes, all these gases are created. They create a thermal blanket on the earth, trapping more and more amount of heat. Thus, it increases the effect, and this causes global warming. Greenhouse effect, increase of carbon dioxide. But when we talk about global warming, other than carbon dioxide, there are various air pollutants with some of the greenhouse gases like nitrous oxide, ozone, chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, methane, CH4, etc. These gases trap more heat and increases the greenhouse effect. Such type of effect is known as global warming. Now, the percentage of contribution of gas, you see carbon dioxide 60%, methane 20, CFC 14, and then nitrous 6%. Causes of increased percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is why? First, very important cause is deforestation. Now, you know very well that cutting down of trees or vegetation is known as deforestation. So, when you cut down the trees, indirectly you remove carbon dioxide from the air, because carbon dioxide is being utilized by the plants during food making, that is photosynthesis. And human activities also contribute a lot in CO2 in the atmosphere, as they give out carbon dioxide and it gets balanced by plants. But if the plants are not there, carbon dioxide will not be taken it inside, and as a result the level of carbon dioxide will increase in the atmosphere. Then air pollution due to industries, burning of fuels and use of chemical weapons, etc., causes increase in the percentage of carbon dioxide. Now we'll talk about what are the effects of global warming. It is having serious consequences. According to scientists, the average temperature of Earth has risen by 0.5 degrees centigrade in the past 100 years. Because of this global warming, the average temperature of Earth has risen. Now, ice in polar region may melt because of this global warming causing flood and in coastal regions and islands. The Gangotri glacier in the Himalaya has already started melting, and glaciers when melt results to flood. And because of the global warming, there is a disturbance in the ecosystem. Ecological balance has been disturbed. As a result, wide ranging of rainfall pattern, agriculture, etc. gets disturbed. Okay, so this is some of the effects of global warming. Now, what are the steps to balance carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? Since global warming will cause an unbalanced ecological system, serious efforts should be made to balance the percentage of CO2. Now, some of them are given in your book. They are growing more and more trees, then reducing the consumption of fossil fuels, using smokeless sources of energy, then using filters in the chimney of the factories and powerhouses. Okay, now we will be talking about exercise 3, 2, 3 and 4 all together we will be doing, and then we will be talking about carbon monoxide, a compound of carbon. The formula is CO, relative molecular mass is 28. Okay, now as the name suggests, monoxide means the carbon containing one atom of carbon oxide. Carbon monoxide is an oxide that contains one carbon atom and one oxygen molecule. Okay, now occurrence, it occurs in coal gas, volcanic gas, tobacco fumes, chimneys, exhaust gases or in automobiles, etc. Now, how does this formation of carbon monoxide takes place? Mostly carbon monoxide is formed in large amount of carbon or its compound in burnt in a limited supply of air or oxygen. In other words, carbon monoxide is a product of incomplete burning. Mind children, it is a product of incomplete burning or combustion of carbon fuels. When there is incomplete burning, two atoms of carbon combines with two molecules of oxygen, it forms carbon monoxide. Incomplete burning. Now, what is incomplete burning of fuels? Domestic and industrial ovens running on coal, coke or charcoal produces some carbon monoxide. In an oven where there are usually free supply of air, the carbon at lower end burns to produce carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide, when passes through heated layers of coke, when carbon dioxide is passed through heated layers of coke placed in oven, it reacts with it and thus get reduced to form carbon monoxide. You need to learn this. Okay, now carbon monoxides are produced. It has a pale blue flame at the top of the oven, forming a carbon dioxide again. There you can see coal fire. Now, where else is it formed? It is found in exhaust gases of automobiles. In automobile engines, mostly petrol and diesels are used as fuel. Both contain carbon and hydrogen. They burn within the engine in limited supply of air, forming little bit of carbon monoxide too. Okay. Now note, a fuel is what? A fuel is a substance that burns in air to produce usable energy, mostly in the form of heat along with light energy. Okay. Now, what are the properties of carbon monoxide? You know very well, it is a colorless gas. Okay, it is a colorless gas. It is tasteless. It is neutral gas, and if it is taken in excess amount, a person may faint also. And it is highly poisonous. It is soluble in water. It is thermally stable as it requires very minimum temperature. It does not decompose even at a very high temperature. It is highly non-decomposable. Okay, it is combustible gas and is a non-supporter. It does not support burning. Still, it is combustible. Now, why carbon monoxide is highly poisonous? Because even 0.5 carbon monoxide by its volume, if you inhale, death is the result. Why? Because carbon dioxide when combines with hemoglobin, it forms carbaminohemoglobin. Okay, but when carbon monoxide combines with hemoglobin present in the RBCs in the blood, it forms carboxyl hemoglobin, and this is this stable compound does not allow hemoglobin to absorb or carry oxygen. It stops the supply of absorption of oxygen, and when your body will not get proper oxygen, this may cause paralysis of respiratory organ, and as a result asphyxiation, that is result of death due to suffocation, takes place. Now, harmful effects of carbon monoxide, precautions and remedies for its poisoning. You know very well that if you close a room where you have burned coal fires, it is very dangerous because carbon monoxide is produced. Since gas is colorless and is barely detectable, smell, people sleeping in the room may not feel its presence, but the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is there. As a result, carbon monoxide is also known as silent killer. Very important. Which gas is known as silent killer? Carbon monoxide. Now, starting a car engine inside a closed garage. Closed garage, carbon monoxide is almost always present in small amounts in the exhaust gases of automobile. Okay, so there is incomplete combustion of motor fuels. Therefore, it is advisable to start an engine inside a, it is not advisable to start an engine inside a closed garage. Why? Because more carbon monoxide is present okay, in the areas, closed areas, that risk in the poisoning of carbon monoxide. Now, what are the remedies of carbon monoxide poisoning? The victim should be immediately brought out in oxygen so that oxygen supply may be really increased. The victim should be given artificial respiration. I have told you, carbogen, 5% carbon dioxide and 95% oxygen to restore normal breathing. At places like carbon monoxide concentration is higher side, people around should wear gas masks to absorb carbon monoxide and oxidize it into carbon dioxide. Such masks are made up of hopcolite, a mixture of metallic oxides. This only people in militaries and all, and gas chambers and all, when people go, they wear this type of mask because it absorbs carbon monoxide and converts it into dioxide. Now, where else is carbon monoxide used? It is a strong reducing agent. It reduces oxides or less active metals to their metal by itself getting oxide. I have told you this carbon monoxide turns into carbon dioxide. Can you see here? It is cupric oxide, CuO, when combines with monoxide in the presence of heat. Cu, copper is formed along with CO2. Two oxygens are the CO2. When we talk about lead monoxide, PbO, when it combines to carbon monoxide, it forms lead plus carbon dioxide. This is of its reducing action. Carbon monoxide is used in the extraction of pure metals. Okay. Now, in traditional cooking methods using firewood or charcoal, especially in rural areas, it causes a lot of indoor air pollution. Due to this, smoke is produced. This leads to more than million premature deaths in the country every year. To overcome this, the government has initiated a scheme called Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, which recognizes a clean cooking energy. They provide LPGs, liquefied petroleum gases, connections to poor households to reduce the indoor air pollution. So with this, we complete the entire portion of your unit test 2. Tomorrow I'll be giving you the exercises of it, and hope the chapter is crystal clear to you. Have a nice day. God bless you all.